What's going on, everybody? The Digital Dungeon Master here with the Digital Dungeon Master update number 15. This is for July 10th through the 23rd. So what's going on in my world, huh? Well, there's a lot going on. First off, I've got the straw poll. I've had the straw poll up for about the last month or so. I'm going to let it go until the end of July. So vote for what game that is your favorite that I have run in the past, all the way back to 2014 to current day. And if there's more than one game on the straw poll that you like, feel free to vote multiple times. You just can't vote more than one time. But in that one time that you vote, you can vote for as many games as you like. So if you like the Zombie Apocalypse game, say you like that. If you like the new Tyranny of Dragons Adventures League, say you like that. If you like the old 13th Age game, say you like that. Vote for all of them. Vote for all the games you want. Vote, because it's going to be up there till the end of the month there. Had to burp. Man, I'm drank some soda today, so kind of getting to me. New Digital Dungeon Master podcast was done. It has been released for the patrons, because that's a perk for being a patron. You get early access to it. So my special guest was Robert Aducci, and we talked about nothing but Adventures League, and we talked about a lot of the upcoming changes that's going to be coming out with the Tomb of Annihilation when that Adventures League season starts, which will be season number 7, and that'll be starting towards the beginning of the year in 2018. So I've got another couple podcasts that are going to be planned. My next one is going to be making a character. It could be for 5e, it could be for Savage Worlds, it could be for any game. So I'm going to talk about basically what you would do to create a character. So if you have any questions for that, or my other topic that I'm putting out there, the second podcast that I'm planning for is going to be titled, Are One-Shots Really Worth the Time and Effort? It's a logical question, right? Are one-shots really worth the time and effort? If you have any questions about making a character, if you have any questions about one-shots, if you have any input for any of those topics, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Contact me on Twitter, Facebook. Leave me a message on my digitaldungeonmaster.com website. Throw me a message on Twitch. There's 50 ways to get a hold of yours truly, the Digital Dungeon Master. So let me know, and I'll answer your comments in the podcast. And I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast as well. A lot of time and effort are put into those podcasts, especially with lining up guests and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing some bonus podcasts as well. And basically they're going to be stories of my life. I put some of these on my treasure chest. That is another perk for my patrons. Every week I do a treasure chest. Sometimes I just talk about RPG stuff. Sometimes I just talk about what's going on in the world of the Dungeon Master, the Digital Dungeon Master. Sometimes I even tell saucy life stories. So some of these life stories, and I've actually told these during the live streams too. And if you've missed them, you're going to be able to listen to these as short little 10, 15 minute podcasts. And I'll also probably throw those up on YouTube. So those will be coming out pretty soon too. The next thing I've mentioned a couple times is the new Misadventures of Omi Barton. That is going to happen, folks. I've got a lot of people asking, where are these little misadventures? Well, we're trying to work out all the logistics of this stuff, guys. We're trying to finalize all the detail. We're going to be doing some art for these. We're going to be doing several of these episodes up front. They're going to be audio only with imagery and sound effects and all that other good stuff. So there is going to be quite a bit of detail that's going to be going on for editing the videos. So hopefully expect one of those out every couple weeks. And it's not going to be a huge series. It's going to be in short little seasons. And everybody loves the character Splug as well that I play in my Wednesday night game. My level 3 Tempest Cleric goblin named Splug. I'm going to do some misadventures of Splug too. And we may even join Omi and Splug together. So there's a possibility for that. So look forward to those. I think it'll be super fun. We're just finalizing all the details, guys. If I put this stuff out, I want it to be nice. I don't want it to be just a pile of shit thrown out there just to make a YouTube video. Because let's face it, there's a lot of that goes on YouTube. And I try to put out the best quality stuff that's within my parameters that I can do. And I really want these to be nice if I put them out. I just don't want them to be thrown together. So be patient, people. They will be coming out. Another thing, I'm going to be doing a Digital Dungeon Master T-shirt drive through Teespring. I've had a lot of people ask for T-shirts, Digital Dungeon Master T-shirts, and that is going to happen. I haven't done a T-shirt drive since the end of 2015, and I'm going to do a Teespring drive. They're disassociating themselves with Twitch, so you won't have to worry about the Twitch logo like what I have here on my sleeve, because I'm a partner on Twitch. You won't get that anymore. This is going to actually just be through Teespring. I've got some images up here right now. I'm going to be doing regular tees. I'm going to be doing female t-shirts. And I'm also going to be doing long sleeve shirts. I was going to be doing the hoodies that everybody wants, but the hoodies are like $50, guys, and that's a lot of money. So let's just go with regular long sleeve t-shirts. Much more efficient. And I'll try to get some mugs up there too. Some people were asking about mugs. That's an option. So I'm going to try to add that in there too. Now I've also got a color palette here that has all of the colors also. On Twitch, I'm very limited. I can do like a black, a gray, and a couple other colors. But when I go through Teespring, I get the full Monty of products and colors and sizes. Guys, I think that for even you big dudes and gals out there like me, you can even get up to a size 5XL t-shirt. It's going to cost you a couple bucks more, but we all know that. But at least you're going to have the option. Because I believe the Twitch campaigns only allow you to go up to a 2X or a 3X. So you'll be able to go up on my new drive up to 5X. So I'm going to set a goal of 20 shirts. And I'm going to try to get those t-shirts as close to $20 as I can. All right. There's a lot of variables involved with colors and stuff like that. But there is going to be a new Digital Dungeon Master Teespring t-shirt drive. And I'm hoping it will be released, and I'll tweet it out on all the social media stuff. You guys will know. It'll hopefully by Thursday. I'm hoping to get all the details hashed out by then. So you guys have seen me play TheDarkest Dungeon, right? That is a great video game. I love it. It is a turn-based game. It's very simple, but yet it's very complex. Well, to me it is anyway. I played it for the first time a couple of nights ago, and I had an effing blast playing it. It is so role-playing game, tabletop game, that I love it. And I'm going to do a YouTube series on this. Yes, I'm just adding another layer onto the big pile of stuff that I've already got on my plate. But I'm going to do this because the game actually goes by weeks. Every time you leave the Abbey and you go on an adventure, that is a week. So I am going to do each week as its own episode. And I'll try to get at least one of those out or two of those out every week. That will be a very easy thing to do. All I'll do is just record it, play the game. There won't be a whole lot of editing. And then I'll just release it and put it in its own playlist. And you can check it out. And I really highly recommend the game. It's a great game. I got it on the Steam summer sale. I had a Steam card that I had got for Christmas a couple years ago from my son, and I totally forgot about it. And so I went ahead and I bought TheDarkest Dungeon, the Crimson expansion for it. And then I got like Rugby Manager 2015, and then I got Moto Sport Manager 2. You guys know I love those football manager simulation managerial types of games. I love that. I love micromanaging. I love that in a game. So look for The Darkest Dungeon. I'm going to be playing in the easy pussy mode because I don't know the game. I'm not going to go to the wiki and fill my head with all the, how to do this and what I use for this. I'm going to figure all this shit out on my own, which will make for a good view too, because I'll probably be getting fired up when I'm getting attached to my characters and they start dying and shit. I'm probably going to get fired up. So you'll probably like to watch that. I know I probably would. So look for The Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have at least 1 week or 2 weeks worth of game time out. So if you guys hadn't noticed, within the last couple of weeks, I've put out some time-lapse videos of me doing my Dungeon Master prepping on Fantasy Grounds. And you'll also see this on the calendar as well. When you go to the website, or if you're on the Twitch channel and you click on my schedule, you're going to see that I have a massive Google Calendar that is just absolutely chock full of stuff that I do on a daily basis. And that's only the stuff that I allow you guys to see. There's a lot of other stuff that you can't see, behind the scenes stuff that I have to do too, like contacting people, meetings with people, all that other stuff. So I have a full slate, guys. So on my schedule, anytime that you see offline Fantasy Grounds prep, that means that I'm pretty much recording my prep, 3-4 hours of prep. And then I do a time-lapse video, as you guys have seen. I've created a module. I created the Ambergold Estate for Dragonspear Castle. I've also done a 45-panel map of the world of Racelon for Hellfrost. I've done several maps, and I've done a huge dungeon where I just put in all the raw data. And you can watch those. They're all sped up like either 5 times or 10 times the speed. And you can actually slow it down, and you can see how I build my content for Fantasy Grounds. And I've had a lot of people watch these, and a lot of people really like these. So I'm going to continue to do the time-lapse videos. And they'll be coming out as I create content for all of my games, whether it be the new Savage Worlds Hellfrost game, or my 2 different Adventures League games going, or even Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle, or Tales from the Yawning Portal. So you'll get to watch all of that prep as I set everything up. I should have done that a long time ago, because I actually like going back and watching them to see what I do. And I'm like, wow, this is actually cool, as it's sped up and you're just seeing the whole either map or the entire module come together, and you're like, God, that's actually pretty cool looking. So I'll have more time-lapse videos coming out. Good news. The Fantasy Grounds game is coming back in October, and that's reflecting on the new schedule for the new Savage Worlds game, which I'll talk about in just a minute. So we're going to be starting back in October, and the reason why that we've taken several months off from that game is because Chris, Doug, and all the other guys, they have the con season to worry about. And it usually ends in September. And then in October, winter starts cooling down. There's not a lot of traveling going on for the cons, so we're able to play a little bit more. So we're going to get that game, Storm King Sunder. We're going to get that going back in October. That's great news, because I didn't want to leave that game undone. I've really enjoyed the characters. I've enjoyed the story, how it's unfolded, and I'm so glad that we're going to get to continue that later on in October. So be ready for that. Now, the Gold Reward Store. I kind of mentioned something about this last update back on number 14. And the Gold Reward Store, the prices are going to change. And those were basically placeholders currently, what they are currently. And the prices are going to go up, because there is a much, much, much higher gold output now. I mean, especially with the vodcast going on. I allow the bot to continue to give out gold during the vodcast, which I really highly recommend you checking out the vodcasts and stay in the channel, because you'll continue to accrue gold. And then you'll have more gold to spend on perks and all the other stuff that I'm going to put in the store. And within the next couple of days, you're going to start seeing the prices inflate. And I'm talking the prices are going to go up. I don't want 50,000 perks every game. I don't want 30,000 perks. I want just a couple. And they're going to be pretty pricey. Except for spinning on the Wheel of Misfortune, which I've really got something good for that too coming up in just a minute. But all the perks are going to go up. But like I said, it reflects the amount of gold that's being put out there now. And there are some pretty high gold totals out there. Plus you get a stipend if you're one of my patrons, or if you're a subscriber to the YouTube channel, or if you donate or contribute bits or whatever, you get an automatic stipend. The system automatically gives it to you, which is pretty much a penny for a gold. So it's really nice. It's automatic. I don't even have to do it anymore. I just have to automatically add the stipend for my patrons, which is no problem. With the new stream elements, it takes me literally probably 10 minutes. Whereas before, with the old system, it took me literally probably half a day because there was no search. I had to rifle through 25,000 people in that database to find people. And it was a horrible thing that I had to do. And I'm so glad and so appreciative of the new stream elements. How cool is it to have a store to go to and purchase perks? I mean, that's fucking badass. Pardon my language, but it is. Much more gold going out, higher prices. I don't want 50,000 perks going on in a game. And I'm sure you guys understand that. I don't want the mechanics of the game to be ruined. I don't want the game to be ruined for the players. And also for you, the viewers, too. So we'll do a couple perks a game, but they're going to be more expensive. And hang out when I do the vodcast. You're going to gain gold. More gold equals more perks. So I mentioned the new 5e Critical Fumble Table. I put that out last month as a download for my patrons. It's also on my website in the Dungeon Masters section. Monkey Mystic, he was the one that created the actual physical slot machine. Well, guess what? He has recoded and, greatly expanded on the new slot machine. And it's awesome. He coded with the Unity engine. He made it with the Unity engine. It's awesome. It has animation. It has all kinds of good stuff, including that same creepy sound when you hit the spin now button. I think you guys will like it. It's going to debut this Thursday in my Yawning Portal game at 10 p.m. Eastern. So you'll get to see it. And plus, you're going to be able to download it from my Patreon page for my patrons and also for all of my viewers out there. You can get it on the Digital Dungeon Master website. And that'll probably be uploaded around Friday-ish. But I wanted to debut it first before I, put it out there for public consumption. And it's been updated and modified to reflect on the new 5e Critical Fumble chart that I created last month. Well, the table that I revised, very heavily revised. And I'm looking forward for you guys to seeing it because there's a couple of hidden little Easter eggs in it that he put in there that I didn't even see. He had to tell me about them. It's actually really awesome. Monkey did a great job, and thank you so much, Monkey. You are talented for sure. All right, so a project update. The only project that I've been working on is, that's right, the Savage Worlds. Well, I've been working on Ghost of Dragonspear Castle. I've also been working on my Adventures League stuff, but the shell's already there for that. I've been putting a lot of time in the last couple of weeks on the new Savage Worlds game that's starting this Sunday. And what I've done is I've made a players module. It has everything from the Savage Worlds core book, the Hellfrost Player's Guide, and last night and this morning, I added in the Hellfrost Raceland Expansion 1 for players and the Hellfrost Raceland Expansion 2 for players. So now the players have full 100% access to every single hindrance, to every single edge, to every single deity, Every single arcane background, every single power, all the new equipment, all of the herbs, all of the antidotes, everything in this game. It's going to be awesome. And it's a one-time affair. Unfortunately, I did not time-lapse that because it just would have been too much. It was like 60 hours I probably put into this. Probably 3 or 4 solid days. Even, time-lapse sped up at 20, 30%, it just would have been too much. Even 50% or 500%, it just really would have been too long. But I will be doing more. And I'm going to be doing my Dungeon Master, my Game Master module that I'm the only one that's going to be able to see. That's going to have all kinds of hooks that I'm creating. That's going to have the entire world, the entire gazetteer. It's going to have all the monsters, all the monstrous abilities for Hellfrost. And like I said, this is just for Hellfrost. And for the player's guide, everything that was part of Savage Worlds core that didn't belong in Hellfrost, like edges and hindrances and powers and stuff that just doesn't pertain, I took out. Everything I took out. All the modern day stuff, all of the things on dogfights, car chases, stuff like that. Now, regular chases I left in, but like vehicle chases and stuff with like cars and airplanes took out. So this is core book and Hellfrost all in one. And it's all in alphabetical order. You don't have to dig through 50,000 different journals to get to something. Everything is in alphabetical order, A to Z. All the powers are in the power section. All the edges are in the edges section. Hindrances, etc. All the gear is in categories to where you can search for it by name or you can search by category. A lot of effort was put into it. And it's a one-time thing. So, this game is going to last for 6 sessions. I'll have it to start another Hellfrost game down the line. It's a beautiful thing, man. Once you do something in Savage Worlds or Fantasy Grounds, you only got to do it once. You export it into a module, that's it. Just make sure you save the original campaign and back it up in a couple different places on cloud sites and on pen drives and stuff. That way, if you lose it, you'll never have to go through that grueling process again to create a module. And I back everything up twice or 3 times. So that's what I've been working on pretty much. And I've worked on that a hell of a lot. It's done. And I'm really, really excited to start playing Hellfrost on Sunday. So the last thing we're going to talk about, you guys know what's coming. Oh, yes. Here it is. It's the Patreon update. So for this month, the month of July, I've already sent out all of the show notes to the pledge levels that get show notes every month. And I usually throw in little things too, like stickers, or I'll usually, draw on it. I can't frickin' draw in the first place, but I try to at least attempt to, and then I'll highlight all the stuff on, because I take notes and then I kind of talk to myself on my notes. Here's one page, for example. You can see I talk to myself on there, and then I highlight everything, and then people like to see how I plan my shows, my tutorials, my videos, everyday life. So I send these out to my patrons at certain levels and stuff, and I've got good feedback on them. It seems like people really like to see what's going on behind the scenes. So all of the show notes have been sent out. I've updated everybody's Twitch accounts for their monthly stipend. I've got a black powder PDF that's coming out this month. I've already sent out some emails too to the patrons at certain pledge levels to where we collaborate. So I'm going to tell them a little bit about black powder, and then I'm going to say, is there anything that you would like to add within reason? Because more minds are better than one. And plus, when you are able to collaborate with me, I want to try to take every effort to put your ideas into the content that I'm creating for the month. So I think that's a pretty cool patron level. And there's several different levels that you can do that. And Now that we're at the level again, we just had someone re-up. So next month, there will be another PDF starting next month. If we can keep the reward level where it's currently at and not dip below it. So there's not a lot of play there, but hopefully some more patrons will get signed up. So I also put the new Adventures League game dates up there. You'll notice that it's in a different format. Usually I would put a banner up for every single game. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just going to put one up for the entire month or 4 or 5 sessions in a row. And it tells you what day and what game and what time. Really easy. It's in the announcement section, and it's also on the main page of the Patreon website. Don't forget that you guys get when you sign up for Patreon, you get early access to the Digital Dungeon Master podcast, which patrons got yesterday, the Robert Aducci Adventures League podcast, and we actually talk about a lot of changes coming up. And Adventures League is going to be changing quite a bit in 2018. The whole format's going to be changing. So the patrons get early access. That will be dropping on Friday for public consumption. But if you're a patron, even at the, I think it's the $5 and up level, you get early access to the podcast. You also get access to PDF downloads at a certain level. You get the weekly treasure chest. You can collaborate with me if you'd like to set up a 1 hour a month, which usually goes to like an hour and a half or 2 hours. If you need any advice on running your game, if you're just starting out, you can get that pledge level. I've got 2 spots left in my Savage World Sunday game. I really like to get those spots filled up, guys. I really would. And I have 2 spots left. It's the Sunday Swashbuckler pledge, and it's only going to run for 3 months. There's a possibility it could go to Saturday, but there's a couple of variables that I'm kind of waiting to see if they're going to pan out or not. And at the end of the 3 months, I should know by then. And then if the players want to continue on Saturday night, we'll do it. If not, maybe another night or something else. But it's going to be a 6-session game. The dates are already determined. I've already got with everybody. And we're going to be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern pretty much 2 times a month on Sunday. And it's cheaper than going to the movies and out to dinner. And you get a 4-hour session, and I'll DM my ass off for you. And I really think that you'll like the Hellfrost fantasy setting. I mean, it's a beautiful, super detailed setting. It's probably, along with Deadlands and Hellfrost, are probably the 2 best settings, the richest settings for Savage Worlds. Although I will say Savage Rifts is pretty good. And there's some other smaller company settings out there. There's tons of stuff out there for Savage Worlds. But in my opinion, and this is just solely my opinion, I like Deadlands and Hellfrost. But there's a lot of other good. Winter Eternal, that's a great one. That's a post-apocalyptic setting. War of the Dead, Savage Rifts, Solomon Kane. There's so many settings for Savage Worlds that'll make your head spin. So check out that Sunday Swashbuckle, guys. And that's it for me. I'm done. It's been 28 minutes. I'm ready to shut this thing off. So you guys, leave a comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions about the podcast, character creation, or are one-shots really worth running if you're a DM? I mean, seriously. Or even if you're a player. Do you think Savage Worlds is better? Do you think D&D is better for one-shots? What do you think? Send me your questions and I'll answer them in the podcast. All right? Vote on that straw poll too. What is your favorite game? And you can vote on multiple different games, but you can only vote one time. But vote multiple times at one time. You get what I'm saying. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please thumbs up the video, guys. Please thumbs up that video. It helps with the rankings. Keep it savage. Keep rolling those 20s. And until next time, I love you, and I'll see you later.